I have always have room to improve, and there's things like I said, being more vocal as opposed to just being a lead by example guy, which I've always kind of been, and that's something that I'm working on every day.
Another thing, Jack, how do you put on 20 pounds? What's the key for a guy, a big guy like you, who's already pretty big?
You gotta eat a lot of food.
Give me an example of what you had to increase, so to speak.
Eat a lot of food.
Yeah, but like what? I mean, not just bad stuff, right?
Hey, I like pizza, buffalo chicken wraps. My dad makes pretty good chili. He drops some of that off sometimes. So really just eat everything and anything I get a hand on. And with the working out we do with Coach Mick, and the way my body works, it's not going to be necessarily like bad weight. It's always going to end up shaping up a little bit. There's definitely times where I get a little big, and Coach Mick's like, you got to maybe watch what you eat a little bit, but mostly really just eating anything I can get my hands on.
But the way Coach Mick has brought it along, I mean, the process you guys have had, you feel as fast as ever?
Yeah.
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 Is that odd to you that, you're carrying around a little kid on your back, but you're
Not really. I mean, ever since like the 7th grade, I've been gaining weight and getting faster. Even because my track time used to always decrease, and I would always get bigger every season. So I mean, it's kind of something that I feel like people think weight, they just think of like fat. When I've been gaining muscle and more fast twitch muscle, and that's what's making me more explosive and faster.
You guys probably saw it coming with Haskell Garrett last year, but we didn't see it coming. If you think back to your expectations for Haskell coming into last year and him becoming an All-American, did that at all take you by surprise?
I mean, no, Haskell's always been a ball player, and I feel like he's matured a lot. I can tell by the way he talks to the room and talks to the unit and talks to the team. And like I said with Tyreek, his goals got realigned, and once he saw what he wanted to do, he went and got it. And so I'm proud of Haskell.
Coach Johnson was talking about you stepped up as a leader. We knew that. You were Big Ten Media Days. That said a lot. And Tyreek Smith has stepped up as a leader. He also said Javonte Jean-Baptiste has stepped up as a leader. What have you seen from Javonte, both from a leadership role and on the field so far?
Yeah, Javonte's been playing the best ball since he's been here. Today I think he had like 2 sacks at practice, and that's always something that you applaud when guys are going against the best. And off the field, he's definitely also felt more comfortable in his voice and his experience. Javonte, y'all might not all know, but Javonte's had a journey here at Ohio State that not all you guys know, and it's definitely he's been helping the freshmen out, telling them just stick to it. I get it now. You might not feel as confident. You might not feel like you're ready for this, but you are. Just stick to it. It's a process. And not everybody comes in and is ready to be a starter first round draft pick day one. That's like 1 in a million. So it's a process.
When
we talk with you guys as ends, we talk a lot about sack production, but I feel like since you've been here, you played the run really well, and I know that doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, not numbers associated with it, but just how much pride do you take in that, and why do you think you have been so good against the run?
Coach J always says that's man on man. When you stop in the run, that's really just who wants it more. Their job is to move me, and my job is to not get moved, and that's something that I kind of take pride in. Just being an anchor on the edge and fitting out my techniques well and making sure the ball doesn't run through my gap.
But you've also, from video I've watched, you've been relentless. I mean, you don't just.
You ain't share your dad's chili.
Huh?
Your dad be cooking chili, you ain't share it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You ate my cake yesterday, bro. I don't want to hear none of that, bro.
You stole your cake.
But the chili though.
You want some?
Yeah.
Next time you make it, I'll bring it for you. I promise you, bro.
I'm saying, video watching you seem relentless too. I mean, you're 46, but sometimes when it goes 8, you're still chasing. You're still. Where does that come from, Zach?
I mean, I've been running the ball like that since high school. Just it's fun to me, and that's one thing I've always been good at is running. So I mean, if that's part of the game that I need to do, I'm going to do it. And a lot of times it's kind of fun for me, like even in practice, like a receiver will catch a pass and try to run, and I'm going to see if I can chase him down. So that's kind of something that I just do, and it's carried on to the games and helped me make a lot of plays that way.
What is the biggest thing that JT and Jack Sawyer would want to notice when they play in a real college football game that's going to open their eyes? I mean, you've been through it. I mean, what's the thing? I don't know if you warn them about it or you consult with them about it, but what's going to be different for them?
I mean, they're going to be nervous. That's probably really the only thing. I remember my first game, all the older guys like Chase and Jay Sean and BB, they were all like, Zach, you think you got it, but you're going to step on the field and you're gonna see all the fans looking at you, and you're gonna get nervous. And you're gonna feel like one play with 25 players, you're gonna be out of breath, gassed, and that's just something that I tell them when the game time comes around. And like, once you get your nerves under control, it's just football. Once you get that first hit under your belt, it's just going back to practice, and that's when you just have fun and go make plays.
Zach, last year you guys had a lot of pressure on quarterbacks, but not a lot of sacks. It's largely the same group returning. What did you guys have to do in the offseason to make sure that was short up so you guys are getting there, even if it's 22 seconds quick?
A lot of film study, a lot of drills with Coach Jay, and working on how we eliminate any of the extra movement that we were doing, and like any extra steps and any hesitation, and maybe flipping our hips. We crossed our foot a little bit, and that pushed us out wide, and we were able to touch the quarterback as opposed to getting a clean sack. And it's small details when you're working with 0.2 seconds of getting the ball off. So it's just Coach Jay being a perfectionist and him making sure that we're on our P's and Q's, and that's with each other too. Like during the reps, I'll talk to all the ends and all the D linemen about maybe you gotta tighten down, maybe you gotta try this, that, and the third to get there instead of just getting a pressure.
Last question for Zach.
A lot about this, just like the media day, but maybe that you like this now that it's been a month and a half plus of the season, a few weeks away. Just how have you seen yourself, your D-line room, your team?
Oh, I don't got my card up here. My fault. Sorry, I was looking. My card's not up here with my stuff on it. Yeah.
His card.
My card. My card up here.
NIL came up and then
I started looking. I didn't see.
It's in your pocket.
what's in your pocket?
It's in your pocket.
It's in your pocket.
No, I know it. I'm just making sure they can see it.
Got your money, man. You're in the clear, Mike.
There we go. I don't know what I was about to do with it. I was gonna find it upstairs at lunch and be like, "Dang, I totally forgot to put it up there." But it's cool now. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Other than it's hard and get your socials out there, how have you embraced NIL? How have you seen your D-line room embrace NIL and your team with it now being a month and a half in?
Yeah, I mean, recently it's been we haven't been doing too much of it because we've been in camp and we've been locked in on the season of football. But I've got some big things in the works. Hopefully I'll be able to drop my brand coming out after camp, and I'll be excited to show y'all all that. And my management team has a bunch of stuff in the works, and I'm excited about what's going on with NIL.
Ryan Day talked about it last week. He hasn't really seen it be too much of a distraction and whatnot, and with comparison's sake, do you ever see that becoming an issue where it could be a distraction or comparing within your teammate?
No, you got to keep the main thing. All the NIL stuff comes off your production on the field, and if you don't produce in the field, you're not gonna go out of deal. So